One more news item from the weekend, which is goes in the plus column for shareholders of Comcast, because Comcast is the parent company of Universal Studios, and the box office winner over the weekend inexplicably was the animated movie Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. Took in north of $65 million domestically, and probably bodes well for the coming weeks, simply because we've got Thanksgiving coming up. That's typically a time for family movies and families looking to take their kids to the movies, that sort of thing. I saw a story this morning. Our guest on Motley Fool Money this coming weekend is going to be Nell Minow, and one of the things I want to talk to her about is the sort of the box office this year, because I saw a story this morning that it's turned out to be a better year than expected, and it didn't specifically call out The Grinch, but it gave examples of movies that I think The Grinch falls into the same category, which are essentially there are expectations for not the tentpole movies, but sort of one level below that, and those movies, particularly over the last 4 months, have ended up doing somewhere from slightly to significantly better than expected. And I think The Grinch probably fell into that category where it's like going into this weekend, it's like, well, it'll probably do pretty well. And this is, better than people were thinking.
Well, you are sort of an expert on movies. And I guess my question for you and your expertise is whether you would have opened this movie this early. Because it feels early to me to go Grinch.
I think it does, but typically studios are positioning their movies as early as they can, and in some cases, if you haven't decided on a release date, then you're sort of you have to factor in what other studios have done. So in the case of this movie, my hunch is that Disney has a Nutcracker movie coming out, The Nutcracker in the Four Realms, I think is the name of the movie.
I have breaking news. Okay. Because my computer is on. Okay. And in fact, I have been canceled for tomorrow.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
In light of the market today. So there will be another rescheduling.
Wow.
Told you.
That's amazing. See, for anyone...
And yet that's something that I could be considered kind of an expert on. The market is down.
The market's down. What's going on?
What's going on? Look, I can do that.
For anyone...
We could do that show right now.
We're not going to. We've been going on long enough. For anyone who listens to this show and has ever wondered, how much editing do you guys do? There you go. That's all. There's your answer, because we're not editing any of this. So I think in terms of what my hunch is that Disney came out with their release date for The Nutcracker in the Four Realms, and Universal came out and said, okay, well, we can't open a family holiday movie the same weekend that Disney is. We got to go another weekend, and in their case, it's probably smarter to go earlier. So I agree with you. It's a little early. It's probably a week earlier than they were intending to do it, but it's, you can't look at the results over the weekend and say, oh, they really blew it.
And you're confused as to the success of this so far. You're surprised. You're not as big on The Grinch as you are on Rudolph and some other Christmas products, but a lot of us think that, The Grinch is really what Christmas is all about.
I'm a huge fan of the original Grinch. I'm a massive fan of the original.
Not as big as my family, but
the book. And, I haven't named a pet after after Max.
Nor do you own an original cell from the animation.
Nice,
which my dad does.
So when you said family, you weren't referring to you and your wife and your children. You were referring to like your extended family.
I don't think of my dad as my extended family. Is that?
Well, to get back to The Grinch, I'm a huge fan of the original book and the original Boris Karloff narrated animated television special. The Jim Carrey live action remake, I am happy to say I have not spent 1 second watching.
I haven't seen that.
I will not watch this one, but I'm not the target audience.
My original TMF name was named after the Grinch's dog as well.
That's
TMF
right.
Max.
What's your TMF name now?
I guess it still is.
Oh, okay.
We don't really use that once we are in MFAM funds.
Okay, so are you going to go see this movie? Huge Grinch fan that you are?
It's a good question. I'm a Benedict Cumberbatch fan, so it's possible. It'll depend, I think, on what the kids do with it. They haven't mentioned wanting to see it yet.
Don't you think that doing voiceover work is probably hands down the sweetest gig in all of Hollywood?
I would think. I mean, it seems to be good money and not the hardest work.
And not the most time-consuming work.
Yeah. I think, this is something you could get in on.
Not that Benedict...
Your voice is known by dozens.
Not that Benedict Cumberbatch is hurting for work. He's fine.
He's fine. Yeah. No, they had to pay up for him. But I think it's a good choice.
Why? I mean, I'm just...
You ever seen his work?
Yeah, I've seen his work. But why do you think he's a good choice for the Grinch?
He's got a little bit of malevolence going on there, which I think...
I mean, he's British. He probably has a lot of malevolence.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Unnecessary attack on our friends across the pond.
I'm kidding.
Just getting going with the times, huh? Why not take a swipe at...
There was was it Jaguar that had that fantastic Super Bowl commercial with Mark Strong, Tom Hiddleston, better known as Loki in the Marvel universe, and other British actors basically talking about playing villains. And you know what? I'm going to find the ad and I'm going to post it on our on the Market Foolery Twitter account. Do you know the ad I'm talking about? It's a fantastic ad because it's
kind of recall.
It looks great, it sounds great, and they're sort of winking at we're British and we play villains and it's fun, which it probably is.
I would think so.